Brigade Quad Cities held a rally this afternoon calling for no U.S. military involvement in Venezuela, saying they want peace, not war. KWQC's Wafa Ezit takes us there.
This intersection here at Kimberly Road and Welcome Way has been busy all afternoon. As you can see behind me, protesters are holding signs that read "No war in Venezuela." They're telling me they're concerned about the situation there and they want the U.S. to stay out of it.
We need to be America first, not take sides in Venezuela's conflict. Let them sort out that conflict. It's none of our business.
He also says instead of getting involved overseas, the U.S. should focus on problems at home.
Housing homeless veterans, giving health care to people, that we could have a national health program, funding education better, all those things, fixing our crumbling roads and bridges. All those things could be fixed easily with the kind of money we're spending on the military and spending on this disastrous adventure in Venezuela.
I don't think we have the right to go into other people's countries and kidnap their leaders.
Some here say this is really about oil and U.S. interests in the region, not democracy.
Hands off Venezuela! Hands off Maduro! Hands off Venezuela! Hands off Maduro! Hands off Venezuela! Hands off Maduro! The U.S. just bombed Venezuela and kidnapped President Maduro! They say they're protecting you from drugs!
Because you said it?
That's a big fat lie!
Oh, he gonna fuck you to death.
Big Pharma is the one prescribing fentanyl! Doctors are the ones putting people on fentanyl, not Venezuela! Venezuela has the largest oil reserves in the world! So of course they want to keep their oil off the market! This is not about you! This is not gonna lower your rent! This is not gonna get you a raise at your job! It's not gonna pay off your loan! U.S. out of Venezuela! U.S. out of Venezuela! We talked about ICE out of Minnesota! We love our immigrants! Why do you think they're coming here? Because of U.S. intervention! You care about immigrants? Then let them prosper! Leave Venezuela alone! Where do you think they're gonna go if you destroy their country? All you people who hate immigrants? What do you think's gonna happen? When you destroy their country, where are they gonna go? This is not about protecting you. Oil prices are gonna go up because Venezuela's oil will be off the market. How many times have we seen this? Iraq, Libya, Afghanistan, Russia. We're not buying it anymore. U.S. out of Venezuela. Hands off Venezuela. Hands off Maduro. Hands off Venezuela. Hands off Maduro. America first means jobs and schools and healthcare. Not a war in South America. Hands off Venezuela. Honk if you agree. Honk for Venezuela. Honk for Venezuela. Free Maduro. Protect Venezuela. Amen.
Hands off Venezuela, hands off Maduro. Hands off Venezuela, hands off Maduro.
Pick an intersection and pull out your sign, stand out there for an hour. Free Maduro, hands off Venezuela, no more regime change wars.
Venezuela.
Trump is controlled by the billionaire class. Trump is doing their bidding. He has violated every promise that he made to his base, okay? And why? Because he is a puppet of the billionaires. What do I think about Venezuela? The same thing I thought about Iraq, the same thing I thought about Libya, all right? That we will do whatever is necessary to get the oil and the resources of another country. And we say that it's about democracy. That is just so ridiculous. I don't know how those words can come out of his mouth. or any of the other neoliberals, Malthus, etc. But yeah, so how do I feel about what's happening in Venezuela? I just think it's showing that we have turned into the evil empire. That we have turned into the evil empire. That might makes right, and that we're going to crush anyone who does not give us access to their resources. Case closed. Case closed.
I hoped that 2026 was going to be a better new year, but doesn't look like it.
Thank you. Okay, what do you mean?
Come here.
Meaning, we should pay fair market, and we should give them what we owe them, and we shouldn't be bombing them for free oil.
Yeah. Anything else?
Thanks for being out here.
All right, cool. All right.
With kidnapping, sent to the International Criminal Court, tried and found guilty and sent to a prison in in Venezuela, actually. That's my comment.
Yeah.
Briefly.
Why do you think this happened?
The U.S. wants Venezuela's oil is the main thing. All the rest is just superficial, claptrap, mainly around oil and other resources. Yeah. Same.
Well, a lot of people voted for Trump hoping he would end the wars, but
yeah, he didn't. Obviously, he's made it worse, and he's conducting war against working people in the U.S. as well. And that's the connection we need to make, so that it's not just the old leftists who come out for everything, but it's critical for working people in the U.S. as well as people around the rest of the world.
back on Venezuela.
It's terrible. It's just more U.S. imperialism, and it's about oil, and it's illegitimate, and people are going to die, including U.S. soldiers, on false pretenses, and it's horrible.
What do you think is going to happen next?
I think they're going to try to implant, what's her name, Mikado, and I just think a lot of people are going to die senselessly, and the administration's just going to do what they want, and people are going to continue to walk around and go shopping with their Christmas money and not give a fuck, and I think it's horrible.
A lot of people voted for Trump because he said he would stop regime change wars.
Clearly, he didn't mean it. He was just trying to be up, contrarian, to try to paint himself as some kind of renegade. But he's a pawn, in my opinion. He doesn't really have any original ideas, and he's just trying to accumulate wealth and help his buddies. And he wanted to stay out of jail, right? I don't think, obviously, he didn't mean it.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Great, thanks.
I haven't been to Libya.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Syria. And I haven't been to Gaza. All right? So, let's just call it what it is. It's a sham. That it's just a horrendous lie that's being told to the American people, and we want to accept it because maybe we're too lazy to get up off our couches and do anything else,
You all should be ashamed of yourself. Your own people are going to be the next Iraqi refugees. Millions of your own people are going to die, and you're cheering for the death of your own people. You're cheering for the death of Americans like me are going to die. And they're cheering for the death of their own people. Shame on you. You're traitors to your country. You're traitors to your country. You're traitors. They're murderers, traitors to their country, celebrating the death of their own people. Millions of people are going to die. Venezuelans are going to die. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. War, you're cheering for the death of Americans. Americans like me are going to die on the streets of Venezuela. Shame on you. I don't want Americans like me to die so the bankers can get rich. Shame on you.
We're out here in front of the Manhattan federal courts. We're expecting to see Maduro at some point. I'm sick to my stomach and I am angry. I am angry because millions and millions of people who voted for Donald Trump voted for him because they did not want new wars, they did not want new attacks on countries, they did not want new regime change operations. I'm furious about the fact that Donald Trump has betrayed the people who voted for him by doing this. I'm furthermore furious about the fact that the anti-war movement that could have stopped this was run by people who were not interested in doing so. The anti-war movement in the United States is controlled by people like Brian Becker and Sarah Flounders and Joe Lombardo, who are determined to keep the anti-war movement part of the Democratic Party. Listen, there is one group of people that could have stopped this, and that was the dissident MAGA. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Tucker Carlson, all the people that were in the Trump camp that were saying we don't want new wars, we don't want new regime change operations. Those are the people that could have stopped this. Those are the people who could have influenced Trump. And instead of highlighting those voices, instead of allowing them to be part of the Hands Off Venezuela movement, Brian Becker and Sarah Flounders and all of them preached that those people are Nazis. They advocated violence against them. I have seen videos of Hands Off Venezuela rallies where they didn't even have signs about Venezuela. All the signs were about ICE, right? The misleadership of the anti-war movement, the so-called anti-war movement in America, run by woke leftists who engage in cancel culture and smear campaigns, who are more interested in transgender bathrooms than standing with Venezuela. They have to be called out. They are responsible. If they had really tried to stop this war, instead of having a transgender bathrooms rally and actually had a Hands Off Venezuela rally, we could be in a very different situation. And that is why the Center for Political Innovation, my organization, must exist. Because we actually want to stop these wars. We aren't interested in woke identity politics. And I am furious. I am absolutely furious right now. And if you can't understand that if there was a real movement, this wouldn't have happened, you are missing and you're way behind. Because if Brian Becker really wanted to stop this, he could have. If Sarah Flounders really wanted to stop this, she could have. But they are more interested in pandering to wokeism, more interested in Democratic Party, liberal identity politics than actually stopping the wars. And now the leader of Venezuela, somebody who has led his country in the face of all kinds of onslaught, is now arrested in U.S. custody. You know, I am absolutely furious about this. I'm furious about this. The misleadership of the so-called anti-war movement has to be called out.
Of this relationship that we have with the colonizer. You can assume that this is permanent, that it is never going to change. And the only thing the most you can do is protest how it treats you. That's nothing. So in this instance, the movement is everything and the revolution is nothing. We say that instead of protesting the world as it is, we have to be in, let me put this a different way. Instead of only protesting the world as it is, we have to be involved in building the world that we want. And that's what it is that we do in the African People's Social Party. And that's what we're saying to people here today. We shouldn't be taken off task with just protests. We have to double down and build the African People's Socialist Party. We have to double down and build the economic development programs that negates the power of the colonizer in our own community. If we have our own capacity to feed, clothe, and house ourselves, it impacts on all of the industries that make themselves rich off of having crippled us and our capacity to do that. The whole social system requires the appearance of dependency of African people.